The voice of the drum calls. It sings a song of those who came before us and those to come. A song of survival and strength. A song of participation and voice. A song that calls us together. When we come together and participate in the 2010 census, we use this tool as the voice of all our Native people. Our voice. It is in our hands. 2010 census.
So welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Monday, March 15th. I'm your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories read here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com. Here are the news stories from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. An official with the Iowa tribe in Perkins, Oklahoma, says 2 rottweilers that attacked and killed an 8-month-old boy have been destroyed. Tribal Administrator Stephanie Ramsey said in a statement last week that the 2 dogs were given to the infant's family on March 7th. Ramsey says the dogs mauled Justin Josiah Big Soldier Lopez on March 8th after being brought into the home because it was raining outside. The state medical examiner's office reported the baby died of trauma to the head. An Arizona judge has sided with the city of Glendale in a dispute over a portion of the land on which a southern Arizona tribe wants to build a casino. The Tohono O'odham Nation has applied to have unincorporated land it owns near Glendale added to its reservation. The process is required for the tribe to proceed with plans to build a Las Vegas-style casino and hotel on the property. But Glendale has argued that it annexed a portion of land in the year 2001. Maricopa County Superior Court Judge J. Kenneth Magnum's decision last week upholds Glendale's argument and the contention that incorporated land cannot be added to the tribe's reservation. Their kingdom long ago overthrown, Native Hawaiians seeking redress are closer than they've ever been into reclaiming a piece of Hawaii. Native Hawaiians are the last remaining indigenous group in the United States that hasn't been allowed to establish their own government, a right already extended to Alaska Natives and 564 other Native American tribes in the mainland. With a final vote pending in the U.S. Senate and Hawaiian-born President Barack Obama on their side, the nation's 400,000 Native Hawaiians could earn federal recognition as soon as this month. The measure passed the U.S. House of Representatives last month. Many Native Hawaiians believe this process could help the wrongs perpetuated since their kingdom was overthrown in 1893. However, just what Native Hawaiians would receive if the federal recognition measure passes Congress is still uncertain. The bill sets up negotiations between a new Native Hawaiian government and the state of Hawaii and the federal government, but it doesn't specify what resources Native Hawaiians might receive. Several individuals involved with it said they hope the lives of Native Hawaiians would be improved, at least if they have more control over their own destiny. 29 counties and 3 reservations in South Dakota that were hit by a late January ice storm will get recovery help from the federal government. Governor Mike Rounds says President Barack Obama has issued a disaster declaration clearing the way for additional financial assistance. The federal aid will be available to help with repairs to public infrastructure. Rounds said a state request for individual assistance was denied. The storm left thousands of people without power and caused an estimated $22.5 million in damages. A presidential disaster declaration also was issued last week to help 12 South Dakota counties and 2 reservations recover from a Christmas blizzard as well. The recently completed American Indian Business Forum in Farmington, New Mexico focused on encouraging new business development and support for Native-owned companies. Sponsored by the Farmington Intertribal Indian Organization, the meeting drew more than 60 participants and detailed business resources available to take a business from an idea to an opportunity. Organizers of the event held at the Farmington Civic Center maintain that community support must come first. The Farmington Intertribal Indian Organization emphasized the need to expand a directory of established Native-owned companies, create a Farmington-based American Indian Chamber of Commerce and Better Business Bureau, and encourage some of the region's top companies to contract with American Indian businesses. The tribal CO now says Kewa Pueblo, tribal counselors for what had been known as the Santo Domingo Pueblo in New Mexico late last year, unanimously changed the Pueblo's name back to what it was known as traditionally. Former Pueblo Governor Everett Chavez, who proposed the change, says Kewa is how the tribe's people refer to themselves. He says it's just going back to the original name for the pueblo that is located between Santa Fe and Albuquerque, New Mexico. Chavez says the tribe is slowly changing signs in its letterhead. Last week, the operators of the Rail Runner Express commuter train announced a new train stop opening March 22nd that will be called the Kewa Pueblo Station. And that is the latest roundup of news from Indian Country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to thank you all for joining in. Come back again soon. Miigwech.